support the LGBTQI family, of course.
What do you love about still performing live all these years later? Like, what do you love best about it?
Uh, I think most of all the people, the fans, because it can get it can get monotonous doing an album in the studio, like blah blah blah, going on and on. But when you get out to on the stage in front of your fans, that's the best bit. When they know your songs, they sing back to you, and oof, it's an amazing feeling. There's not a feeling like that in the world, really, and that's what you dream about as a little girl, to be not only to be famous, but to entertain people and have a kind of feedback, which makes you feel kind of really good. Yeah, really good.
Do you have a favorite song to perform? And is there one song that you just like, oh, I'm so tired of singing this, but I will sing it because I know it's everyone's favorite?
You might be talking about Touch Me. No, I never get bored with Touch Me. It was my first ever single, and without Touch Me, I would never have been famous in your country, in the United States, and especially New York. Um, no, it was an international song. What can I say? It's like Touch Me. We all got here, babes, didn't we, by being touched. So I touched the world with that song. So I'm so happy about it. And it made me, internationally famous. Yeah.
It was a brilliant song. It is a brilliant song. I cannot wait to see it performed live because I will be at your shows. Like I said, I'm in New York and LA. So, I mean, these are great places for you to start. You talk about like knowing yourself in the business. Like, that is such great advice to people starting out. Like, how much of you was similar to like the public, public Samantha Fox, the outfits, the get up, like the performer? How much of you behind the scenes was similar to that girl and that image?
To be honest, I'm very natural. I must say there's not a lot of pretense about my shows or me as a person. Um, no, I just go about it. It's like what you see is what you get. It's like it's not contrived, really. Obviously, there's dance moves that I do and choreography. But most of the time, my shows are very natural. What you see is what you get. It won't be the same every night. That's for sure. I remember years ago going to see a show, and somebody, I won't mention names, but they're very famous, and I saw the show a couple of times, and it was the same every night, and I felt that's never going to be me. No, never. So what you see is what you get, and you never know what you're going to get. It's always going to be a surprise from me, really. Yeah.
You try to mix it up and change it up each night.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes there might be some water on the side of the stage, and I might think, people look very hot. I might just tip it over. No, I'm joking. No, no. Look at me. I'm joking.
You could. You could do that. I bet you your fans would love
No, I
it.
know, but I'm not going to say it because people might expect it, and that's really bad because I've been in trouble before doing stuff like that.
What about, do you have a desire to like do any, I mean, you're going to be doing this tour, that's a 40. What about new music? Do you ever think of like writing any new music? Are you working on anything? I know your fans are dying to know.
I know, but God bless them. They've been amazing. They've been waiting and waiting. But as I try to kind of explain, it's so hard to release an album kind without me being on TV in your minds and I don't know on your tongue. Maybe I'm in the minds and hearts of my fans, but everybody is another story. I don't want to waste another album. I released an album a few years back and it just got wasted. It just got wasted. So I don't want that for this one. So it will be soon. I just got to get on some major TV show and show everybody that I'm still alive, really.
It's a
You
whole
know.
business and it could be the best music. And if they just decide to put the marketing dollars somewhere else, I mean, one false move, but with the wrong, it's like, it's just, there's so many factors involved, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of factors really. I mean, it's all recorded, but then you got to think about God, the videos, the marketing, the pictures, and the record companies, the distribution, the everything really. The everything is it's a long process. and a very important process, really, to the artist and the record company. It's not very easy just to bring out an album. Hello, here's my new album. Here's one I made before.
It's not. Well, listen, you mentioned being back on TV. You were in the jungle. You've done so many reality TV shows. Like, how do you like being part of all these reality TV shows? Do you have a favorite?
Mm, yeah, the right reality shows I love. If you learn something from them. Big Brother, I didn't enjoy at all.
You
Not
didn't,
at all.
and you got
Not
far. You got
really.
really far. You did well.
Yeah, but that was just. I mean, I was boring. I just sat there, really, just got on with it. It's like, oh, I was there with a lot of reality stars, and yeah, they just was into drinking and drinking and drinking and FFF and I don't know, maybe call me old, but no, it was very boring, really. Whereas the jungle, I came away with something. You learn something from that program. Um, yeah, I learned to survive. People think, well, when you come out, oh, I bet you had pizza, I bet you had this. No, it is complete survival. And you really find yourself in places like that. I was in there, what, 16, 17 days, sleeping on the floor or whatever it was, like two pieces of stuff, spiders and snakes and all the things. I fought my fears. I really enjoyed it. So reality is great when you can actually come away and learn something, which is good. Yeah.
Right. That's more interesting, I guess, than Big Brother. Just although Big Brother
Yeah.
to me seems it's such a good game. I love it. It's so
Is
great.
it, listen, I'm a massive fan of Big Brother. I really am. And I always wanted to do it. But suddenly the year I went to it, it was like 6 weeks, I think 4 weeks. It was longer than ever. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed forever. It
What
seemed forever.
about, how was
And I
it?
just met Linda then. Oh my God.
Oh, you
I
did?
just met my future wife, my wife. Yes, exactly. Just before I went in, I met Linda. Oh my God. It was awful. Absolutely awful. That's probably why I didn't like it.
Well, being away from her. Well, speaking of your wife, you did have this whole, image. You dated Paul Stanley. People thought, you had lots of male attention. I'm a great card carrying member of the LGBTQIA community myself. So like talk to me because I do remember like specifically like when you came out, like talk to me about, people had you had lots of male suitors. People had this image of you and here you are. And then you came out. Talk to me about like, did that make it harder that there was this whole backstory and people thought one thing about you? Talk to me about coming out.
Yeah, obviously, I think for a lot of people probably listening to this interview, coming out is very hard, let alone that you're one of the most famous pin-ups in the world to come out. Help me now. Imagine those people, who are at school or in normal lives. For me, I think it was really, really hard. Then again, I've put myself in the position a lot of people listening now. It's hard for everybody, whoever you are, isn't it? Really, you know. One thing is to be a pin-up to all these amazing, lovely boys that have been my fans forever. Thank you so much.